Hello everyone, and welcome back once again to Let's Play Condemned Criminal Origins with FrozenFoxy. We are back in the very first chapter of this game because this is a bonus video, or possibly a set of bonus videos, where we're going to be looking at getting all of the birds, such as that guy over in that window stinking up the place, the metal pieces, and the TVs in this game. We're also going to be looking at trying to get all of the achievements possible, which is inclusive of doing the melee-only run. Now, if you're doing a melee-only run, you need to flip your gun around immediately when you start this game, and you pull out your gun, because once it's around like this, it actually is considered a melee weapon. Now, the other achievement for melee is actually to use every single melee weapon once against someone. So as long as you've hit someone, it's good. If you do not finish the chapter, it doesn't count. So make sure that you've hit someone and you actually finish the chapter for it to actually count against the achievement. The other thing about this is that you must use the butt of every single gun in this game to get this melee achievement of hitting with every melee weapon. So that includes the M1 Garand, the shotguns, this pistol that I'm holding right now, and everything that you can possibly get. This also includes any iterations of weapons, such as the 2x4s, which have nails, bolts, and fire. Those are all considered different melee weapons and must be used once as well. Other than that, the reason that I'm here is not because this is the first bird, because it's not. It is definitely not the first bird. The reason I'm here is because this is where you first get the ability to use stamina. And the reason I wanted that is because I want to talk about the movement speed in here. A lot of you definitely will know, if you've watched this Let's Play already, that I kind of got annoyed with the movement speed because it seems a little bit sluggish compared to most other games. Thomas just doesn't move very fast. There's actually an easy fix for this using a hex editor. My preference is to use HXD. What you can do to do this is go to the directory where you have installed Condemned Criminal Origins, and you're going to look for a shortcut to another folder, which is called View the Player Data Folder, or Data Folder, depending on how you want to pronounce that. Anyway, once you get in there, you're going to see a profile or a couple of profiles, depending on if you made a new profile. If you did make a new profile, then you're going to be looking for profile 001. Otherwise, you're just going to be looking for the 0 profile. Once you get inside of that 0 profile, or profile 1, you're going to see a single player folder. Go inside of there, and inside of that you're going to see individual folders for each of the save slots. You're also going to see the quick save file near the bottom, which will have a .sav extension. All save files have that .sav extension. Go ahead and open up the save that you want to change the run speed, and do it in the HXD hex editor. Now you're going to be looking for a text line in there, so just do a Control F to find something, and it's going to be run speed mul. That's MUL as in multiplier, and that will by default be set to 1. If you change that to 1.25, I found that the run speed seems to be a lot less sluggish and almost seems normal. So you can just load a save that you've changed it on, and suddenly you've got a little bit better run speed. As you can see, it's not like a huge difference, but it's enough that even when you start to run, you can feel a difference, and it feels more natural rather than the original run speed. Now, you can obviously go crazy, and you can set it to something like 5, but I really don't recommend it because it will make Thomas's run speed really ridiculous. This is without using my stamina. It's extremely fast and feels very floaty. The game is almost unplayable, especially if you try to run. It is pretty ridiculous. So I definitely recommend against doing that and keeping it at 1.25. Now the other cool thing about this is if you do a quick save, or if you go to save the game, such as I'm overwriting Chapter 5 here with this change, it actually keeps the run speed change. So there's not going to be any difference when you load that game, which is quite nice. Now, if you start a new game, it's going to start with the default run speed again, and you're going to have to change it all over again. But any saves that you make with the run speed already changed will have that changed run speed, which I think is really nice because it really does make the game a lot more playable, in my opinion. Anyway, let's get to the first bird, and we'll see what we can find. So the first bird that you're going to find will be immediately after his flashlight goes out and you have the ability to use yours. Right around the corner on a shelf here is going to be that bird, and as long as you're looking around, you'll probably find this one without too much trouble. So your first melee weapon is going to be this gun, and all you need to do is switch it into the melee mode. For me, it's tab right now. For you, it could be something completely different. But if you've gotten to this point where he pulls out his gun, you have missed the first bird because you cannot go back.
Federal agent, come out peacefully or I will use force.
So I'm going to do my best to try showing off each of the weapons in this game. So after fighting the first guy and kicking the first guy on the floor, you're going to come up this set of stairs here and be told how to check your weapon for ammo. You're going to find this door here, which is useless, and then also be told to use your ammo wisely. But if you come around this way, you find your very first piece of metal. Pretty easy one, wide open in the spaces here. So this one we were staring at a lot, but this is immediately after your second fight on this windowsill here. And that is the second bird of this level. So after you turn on the power here, get shocked, and get your gun taken away, you'll be presented with 3 different weapons. A pipe from here, a conduit from right over here, and a 2x4 with bolts here. So grab whatever you prefer as your first melee weapon, and then take a few turns, and you will find the third bird of this level right over here. So a couple of guys are going to come out here, and if you're capable, you can grab a different weapon and use both of them to use different weapons here. There's actually a large pipe over there, I believe, and possibly on the other side too. And then, of course, you can always grab weapons on them as well. Just try not to let them kill each other, because if they do end up killing each other, then you lose your chance to get anything out of this. Alright, that is the first guy, and we're about to die, so I'm going to head back and grab some health real quick, and we'll be right back. Alright, let's kill us another guy. I highly recommend opening something like an Excel spreadsheet or an OpenOffice calc sheet or even a Google sheet, just so that you have something to write all the weapons down, because it makes it a lot easier if you're looking at a list to see what you still need, rather than trying to keep track as you're just playing. Here, buddy. I just want to hit you. Damn it. There. Okay, I hit him once. I'm gonna go ahead and try to grab this large pipe so I can do a couple different things on this guy. There we go. Just one hit with that. And if I can find a different weapon, then I can use that on him as well. And he won't follow me too much, so it actually allows me a little bit of breathing room to grab different things, and we actually get to use 3 different weapons on this guy at once, which is quite handy. And he's dead now. Perfect. And we even get a 2x4 with nails to use next. So after you defeat the 2 guys and head out here, you're going to see a shadow come up here and a shadow guy over here. And that is going to be your second piece of metal for this level. Now if you continue on around the corner, you're going to come into a room that has a hole in the floor, which will also tell you to ready your tool because there is some kind of stench going on, which is a bird right over here. At some point in the level, you're going to get a fire axe tossed at you through this window, and right below that window is going to be another bird. Go ahead and take the fire axe, and you're going to backtrack just a bit to where there is actually a door that can be hit with the fire axe. Inside of this door is our very first TV, which unlocks the Bronze Detective Badge achievement. Also, just a note from the TV, if you open this door right behind it, you're going to find a rebar bent, or bent rebar, and this is another one of the weapons that you're going to need to use throughout the game. So after you do get the fire axe, you actually have the ability to use your taser for the first time. The taser actually counts as one of the melee weapons that you must use. So definitely make sure that you use that at least one time, because that is certainly important. And interestingly enough, it's not letting me go through the door very well. Anyway, let's go ahead and grab this nails because we have yet to actually use this on someone. There we go. And with you dead, we'll go back and get that bent rebar. Alright, let's go use this bent rebar on this guy. If we can manage it. Now I believe there is a sledgehammer somewhere in here, so if you can manage to get that, then you can get the sledgehammer as well. I don't know if there's guys after you get the sledgehammer or not, but it's one thing, and it will be another level, so it doesn't really matter too much. Yep, there is most certainly a sledgehammer as soon as you open this nice little black cabinet here, and also next to this black cabinet with the sledgehammer is this column here, which if you circle around it will be the final piece of metal for this level. Also, when you're fighting these 2 guys, the final bird will be just around the corner, sitting on this nice little table-ish kind of thing here. And that's it for all the birds. I don't know if we're going to be able to use this sledgehammer, but we'll certainly try. So as you get further, there are a couple more guys, and there's actually another weapon besides this sledgehammer to be used. So we'll go ahead and try to get those. That is the rebar concrete right here, which we will use just a bit. Snag that. Oops, that is a bent rebar. I want the rebar concrete. And it seems to do a significant amount of damage too. And that is the very end of the level. So at the beginning of Chapter 2, you're going to be presented with a shovel to open the gate, as well as a rebar on this dumpster. So both of those are new weapons. And you're also going to be presented with this crowbar that this guy has, However, I didn't get the chance to use the rebar because this guy apparently didn't have all that much health. Either that or the shovel is a very strong weapon. Looks like I might get a chance because as soon as you go through here and hit a checkpoint, you get a couple of guys coming after you. Hopefully I can manage to get some stuff. Excuse me, buddy, I don't really like you being on my face. It's kind of nasty. Man, the look on these guys' faces sometimes looks pretty afraid for some reason. But you know, if you don't take them down, then they eventually take you down. So after you've used the crowbar to get through, if you head straight ahead, you're going to find this nice little open door here with a bird on the floor, which is the very first bird of this level. A little thing that a lot of people were mentioning that I didn't even think about was the fact that you can actually kick these open. So instead of having to switch from gunfire mode to melee mode, you can actually just kick these things and be done with it. So when you head downstairs, you're going to see Dr. Angelo's, and that's where you're going to find this nice little shotgun here. And if you switch that to melee mode, that is another melee weapon for us. And apparently, I can shoot straight through people sometimes. Awesome. Great weapon. So when you get into room 209 with not one, but actually two sledgehammers in it, there is going to be a piece of metal just around the corner if you go ahead and move this object here. And that is our first piece of metal for this mission. So as soon as you unlock this keep away door to 10 with the sledgehammer, you will find a mannequin arm, and this is another new weapon that we can go ahead and use. Obviously later on in the game this is going to be a pretty common weapon, so it's not necessary to use it right now, but if you want to just get them in the order that they come, it's right here and ready to go. As soon as you get into the train station, you're going to have Thomas say PU, and there's going to be a ready detection tool prompt. However, there is also this guy who will come out, and honestly, I think it's better to use your weapons first and worry about what that stink actually is a little bit later. Alright, now with this guy gone, we can actually go and pick up what the stink is, which is this bird right here. Honestly, I wish they had used the stinky bird mechanic a little bit more than they ended up using it in this game. So as you're leaving the train station area, if you go straight around the corner at the end of this hall, you're actually going to find your next bird, which is going to be right underneath these things. You can kind of see it without even moving the object. But once you do, then you're going to get the third bird of this location. So while you're looking for a fire axe for these doors to get to the elevator power box, you may find these areas where you can jump down here. This actually contains not only asbestos, but another piece of metal that we can grab for this level. So once you do find the fire axe and turn on the power for the elevator, if you don't go to the elevator immediately, there's a door right next to it that you can still use the fire axe with. And opening up this door will get us a brand new TV with creepy things walking around on it. And that unlocks the Ripple TV achievement. So immediately after you get out of this elevator from coming to the third floor, you're going to get a nice little checkpoint and this bird on the floor here. After making your way through a whole bunch of desks being pushed over, you'll find a women's and a men's bathroom. Inside of the men's bathroom, in one of the toilets, is going to be the next bird that you're looking for. So you're going to have a vision of a guy right around here moving this metal cabinet. If you turn the corner, you're going to find the final piece of metal for this mission. After you've moved the metal cabinet and gotten into this door, be sure to check this drawer right here for a revolver that you can use as your next melee weapon. So I can't be 100% positive that this will be considered a use of this as a melee weapon, so you may want to go ahead and use the revolver again in the future. But the reason I'm not positive is because this guy here is kind of like a shadow fight. It's not really a real fight whatsoever. Also, the revolver is a very bad weapon for melee attacks. Very good for actually shooting, but not a particularly good weapon for fighting. As you're heading after the guy in the orange jumpsuit, you'll eventually come across this bird here that's just sitting here, and you might even see the guy in the orange jumpsuit running off when you go to pick up this bird. And this is the last bird of this chapter.